The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now.
Two of Kentucky's top teams meet on a Tuesday night. Chris LaBar, Rick Reams, a real treat to present GRC and Frederick. Douglas, this has all the makings of a great game.
Oh, yeah, big time game with your defending state champs coming out here with GRC coming against kind of the upstart Douglas program. 18-game win streak for Douglas, 11-game win streak for GRC. One of those streaks have to end tonight, but I tell you what, this gets both these teams ready for tough district and region foes on down the road.
So many storylines in this game. Both these teams ranked in every consensus poll in the top 10, but they have bigger fish to fry, if you will, this year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is the rankings are just fine, but that's exactly what they are. They're rankings. You got to come out and play the game. It doesn't matter what you're ranked on a certain night. You've got to come out every night and bring it. And, both these teams, if they can't get up for this game, Chris, you're not going to get up.
Let's talk a bit more about this GRC team, Rick. You talked about winners of 11 in a row, the defending state champs, and it's been a while since they've lost to a team in Kentucky.
Yeah, this team is, as you see, high school sports are a lot different now. They play in holiday tournaments. That's where they lost their game. So they're going to have to play tonight against a tough foe. We talked about it. One of the best foes that they could face is Mason County in their region. They don't play them in the regular season, so that's going to have a huge impact there. But tonight, GRC, what they have to do, the one thing they have going for them is they've been in these games before. They're a senior-laden team. They've played at Rupp Arena. Not only have they played at Rupp Arena, they've won at Rupp Arena. So this atmosphere is not going to be too big for them.
Cardinals with only 2 losses to Kentucky teams, one of whom they've also beaten, lost to Great Crossing and the King of the Bluegrass December 18th by 2. Then one day later, lost to LaRue County 72-71 again in that tournament over the holidays at Fairdale. So this team is red hot, and they score a whole bunch of points, averaging 75 points per game. And this Douglas team, they're averaging 70, and they haven't lost since December 10th.
Yeah, they've not lost since the football players that was on the championship team. They had 2 games that they lost. They didn't have their full squad. So, this is a different team than it was right then. But 18 games in a row, you just keep on seeing this team improving and improving and improving. I know George Rogers Clark is not coming here thinking they're just going to walk over this team. But tonight, they're going to have to figure out, can they handle the pressure? Can they go on the road and get a big victory? And then Douglas has to decide, are we ready for this huge spotlight?
Broncos with a nice win Saturday at a revamped Woodford County team. Yellow Jackets almost back to 100%. They are a major player in the 8th region, and Douglas won that game in Versailles, as you see, by 8 points. We are just underway here on Glycod.com. The JV game wrapping up momentarily. The freshmen won by 1 point in overtime as the GRC freshmen won in this JV game going down to the wire as well. We take a quick break. We'll be back with Rick. He'll chat with West Scarberry when we come back on Glycod.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Back at Frederick Douglas tonight, a huge game with George Rogers Clark coming in. Rick Reams here on Glycod with Coach Wes Scarberry. Coach, big game, big atmosphere.
Yeah, big one tonight. It'll be fun. Yeah, we got hopefully have a real good crowd tonight. We've been promoting this one pretty good. 2 top 10 teams in the state, and playing the defending state champions and third-ranked team in the state. Can't get more exciting than that. So.
Yeah, if kids can't get up for this, they're not going to get up for. Big atmosphere.
Yeah, big one tonight. It'll be fun. Yeah, we got hopefully have a real good crowd tonight. We've been promoting this one pretty good. 2 top 10 teams in the state, and playing the defending state champions and third-ranked team in the state. Can't get more exciting than that. So.
Yeah, if kids can't get up for this, they're not going to get up for much. But I'm going to ask you a crazy question, but I want you, for someone watching this game on Glycod tonight that's not seen you play, tell me about your team.
Our team is a lot of fun to coach, a lot of fun to watch. Very unselfish group of young men. And we're really young. We start 3 sophomores and 2 seniors who provide us with a great amount of leadership. Everybody watching tonight's going to enjoy it. They're a lot like we are in how they play. We like to play fast. I don't restrict our players any. I mean, they pretty much have the freedom to play, freedom to shoot, freedom to drive. I mean, that's what my mentality as a coach, just allow the guys to play, just kind of teach them how to play and let them go out there and do it. I think that's led to a lot of our success this year. Fun team to watch, with great kids. I mean, I've heard from a lot of officials last few games about how our kids play, and they play hard, and they listen, they're coachable, they don't say anything to the officials. And that means a lot to me as a coach, is not only coach good players, but teach them how to be young men and how to conduct themselves.
Well, and I'm going to give you credit because I've seen enough games this year. That's how you are on the sidelines. There's times where you have to get on the referees, but that other times I just see it, and I think your team mirrors that. So thank you for doing that. That means being a dad means a lot to see that out there. So you talk about you're a young team. Clark County, George Rogers Clark is not a young team.
Right.
Senior-laden team. Yep. What do you expect from them tonight?
Well, I mean, they start 4 seniors and a junior. Several of those kids played on the state championship team, or key members of that team. So they've been in these, atmospheres. They've been in these games before. So it's nothing new for them. It will be new for most of our kids. Some of them played in the regional tournament last year, but significant minutes. This might be the first time they've played a team of this caliber and this kind of atmosphere. But the thing about our kids, they don't know how to lose. I was talking to my wife about Tylon. He's not lost a game that he's played in this year. Football team was undefeated, and he didn't play in the 2 games we've lost. So they don't know how to lose, and they're just used to winning. I mean, our soccer team is really good this year. Football team obviously was really good, and we've had a great year so far. So their mentality is just they expect to win. So despite being young, this doesn't seem like a big deal to them, I don't think.
So how do you temper that excitement in a game like this so you don't come out too high?
Our approach all year has just been one game at a time. We haven't looked ahead really to anybody, and I think that's been a lot of our success is because of that. And this was no different. Yesterday we prepared exactly the way we would for any team. Tonight in the locker room, I don't expect my speech to be a whole lot different than it's been. I told my wife on the way up here, she kind of asked me the same thing, how are you going to get them up? I was like, well, A, I don't have to get them up for a game like this. And B, I don't want to treat this any differently than any other game. Despite what it is, I want them to be calm and kind of assured of what we're doing. Just kind of go with the game plan like we normally do. And just, the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, just really kind of feel it out, just kind of how the game's going to go and trying to get those emotions in check. And we play really good when our emotions are high. So I think that may help us tonight.
So this is a big game, but it's not a district or regional game.
Yep.
So this is one of those games you can learn from. Absolutely. The only time you could see this team again would be in the state tournament.
Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah.
I hope that's the case. This reason it's on the schedule is to prepare us for postseason. We got Ballard next week. It's a similar situation. And we'll play anybody. Obviously playing this team, we'll play anybody. But like you said, we got a district game on Thursday. That's a must win. Bryan Station's got 2 losses right now, and we still have 2 district games. So Thursday's actually a more important game for us than tonight because that'll give us the number 1 seed. So despite the atmosphere and the hype for this game, like you said, it's not a region game, but it will prepare us for the postseason.
Yeah, so you have a whiteout tonight. I've seen all the social media stuff. It looks great. That's what high school basketball is all about. And let me ask you a question. I think I know the answers. Are you having fun?
Oh, I'm having a wonderful time. It's a blessing being a coach here. I've missed 2 years of coaching. And to come back and be able to coach a team of this caliber has just been one of the greatest experiences of my life. So hopefully we'll continue this and make a deep run in the playoffs and see what happens.
All right, Coach. I didn't talk anything about a streak tonight, so we're not gonna put that jinx on you. So nothing about that. Both teams are on it, but hey, good luck tonight. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. We'll be right back from Glycod.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Chris Labar and Rick Reams back inside Frederick Douglass High School, 17+ from tip between GRC and the Broncos. And interesting to hear Coach Scarberry talk about the importance of Thursday as opposed to tonight.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you know, this streak's great. You want to continue on this streak. But what you're doing now is you're playing for postseason seeding. This game has no effect on that at all. Thursday night's game against Bryan Station, as Coach Scarberry said, they have 2 more district games. Their ideal is to be the number 1 seed in that district.
District will be held here, by the way, starting on Monday the 20th. And Coach, very grateful to coach this team, and a little bit of a different path to get back into coaching after that lengthy stop at Model.
Yeah, I don't. There may be people out here that don't know this story, but Douglass, their coach, was let go right before school started. And, I talked to Coach Scarberry. There's talk about being at the right place at the right time. He's just a teacher here. And he had coached at Model, like you said, been out for a couple years. They asked him to take it over, and he's taken it over. And you see where it's gone from here. But, boy, this is a pathway to coaching a top-ranked school that you would not think of seeing.
And certainly he needs to be in the running for 11th Region Coach of the Year and perhaps statewide. A lot of the story left to right this year, but Coach Scarberry done a fantastic job, as has Josh Cook. We'll talk more about that Cardinal bunch in the pregame looming. Also up next, the keys to the game from CSL Plasma. Rick will break this down with much more content right after this on Glycod.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Welcome back to Frederick Douglass High School. Glycod's Tournament Central is back with the most coverage of high school postseason basketball starting February 20th. Glycod will live stream a total of 40 district, regional, and state tournament games featuring instant replay and score ticker. For more information, visit Tournament Central at glycod.com. Now for the keys to this matchup presented by CSL Plasma. What's most important, Rick?
if you're GRC, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to handle Douglas's pressure, because they will pressure you all over the court. They will throw different kind of defenses at you. You have to handle the pressure. The second thing GRC has to do is they have to get off to a quick start. You've got to make Douglas play from behind, because they have not had to do that. We had the game here against Sayre a couple weeks ago, and Douglas got out to a huge lead, and it's just one thing you can't do. So you want to see, can Douglas play from behind? If you're Douglas, you've got to limit turnovers. But I think the biggest thing, no matter how much Coach Scarberry thinks this is not going to affect his team, you've got to handle the big game atmosphere. This is what you're out here playing for. But what you can't do is you can't let the bright lights get to you. You know, Chris, we've been out here a number of times, and we've never had all of these bleachers pulled out. That's how big of a game this is tonight. So Douglas has to handle the pressure, and Coach Scarberry is going to have to reel his team in.
Broncos have played a very daunting schedule, but perhaps no foe as strong as George Rogers Clark, the defending state champs. They're coached by Josh Cook in year 7, and I'll catch up with Coach after this on Glycod.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street, with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Welcome to Douglas High School. Should be an outstanding Tuesday night matchup for basketball. GRC, the defending state champs, will take on Frederick. Douglas coach Josh Cook of the Cards joins me. Coach, gosh, you got the target on your back again this year. How are you guys dealing with that?
It's good. I mean, it has its ups and downs, but it's part of the process. You got to live in the moment, enjoy it, and be thankful for every opportunity you have. Our team's playing better. We've had a really good January, and we hope to continue getting better. Playing in February and March.
Your program seems to relish the target on its back as well as the community. Is that fair to say?
They like being good, so that helps. So, we take a lot of pride in, playing a certain way and trying to play at a high level and trying to play unselfish basketball. We got some very talented kids that, have really set a standard for us, and our community loves basketball there, and it's something, we hope to continue.
Such a great season last year, and you're off to another fine start this year. But how is this team different than last year?
Obviously, we're not as deep. We're still growing a few things mentally, and we get into our bench. Those guys are getting better. Last year we had a lot of veterans on the team, and overall it was a very mature team that we could play 9 or 10 guys if we really had to in a situation. But every team has its own identity. I think this team's kind of really starting to figure theirs out. And I've got a tough challenge tonight, and we'll see where we are.
You referenced the tough challenge. What's the assessment of this Bronco bunch?
Oh, they're phenomenal. They handle the basketball. They can take you off the dribble. Most times on the floor, we're going to have 4 guys. They're going to be a one-on-one problem, so you've got to be high IQ. I'll say this. I don't think if you turn the basketball over, you're asking for it, because they can really get out and go. And Coach is doing a good job with the team, so we're excited for it and looking for the opportunity.
So many higher aspirations and goals for both these teams. What do you get out of a regular season game this late in the year?
Well, it's late, it's early February, I guess, but, so today's the 7th. Yeah, so it's early February. Everybody's a couple weeks away from district. This could be easily a regional tournament game or even a state tournament game, where you face this type of talent. It should be a great atmosphere. And, it's definitely not teams that you play every night. So it's going to challenge your kids to focus and coach and pay attention to scouting. And can't really ask for a better game come February.
Real quick here, Jerome, how has he grown here, senior year for you?
He's just a lot strong. Obviously he's had to slide over and play a little more point guard at times. He played it some last year to kind of offset it. But this year he's played it more consistently. And so, learning to get guys, open shots a little easier and while still looking for himself. So, we got to find that balance, and he's got to continue to find that balance. But he's had another phenomenal year, and, he's arguably one of the best players in the state.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Head coach Josh Cook of GRC. We'll be right back after this on Glycod. Appreciate you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Let's take a look at the series between these two teams. Only the 6th overall meeting, GRC winning last year handily, 82-57, but this is a different Douglas team this season.
Absolutely. You can't compare last year to this year. Coach Cook even talked about it with his team, that it's a different team than it was. So that's one thing, though. I'm sure that Douglas remembers that score from last year, and they will go in tonight and try to change that around.
Starting lineups and tip-off when we come back from Frederick Douglass High School. Tuesday Night Basketball live on Glycod.com. GRC and Frederick Douglass. Great to have you alongside. We'll be right back after this.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Time now for the starting lineups presented by Bluegrass Technical College. 4 seniors, also 4 double-figure scores. Morton leading the brigade at 20 points. The Moorhead State signee having an outstanding senior season. Also nearly 2,400 career points. Douglas will counter a more youthful bunch, as you heard Coach Scarberry illustrate. Kai Simpson, 18 and 6. And then you've got Boone at 16, and Tylon Webb having a nice season at 13 a game.
Yeah, he's a really steady player. A lot of these kids bring a lot of steadiness to this team. You know, the one kid that's really showed out here lately is Avion Chenault. Very, very athletic, very interesting to see. You know, one interesting little side story is that number 30, Tyleek Maxwell on GRC is a transfer from Douglas. So
Maxwell playing football for the Cardinals. Of course, you well know at home all the Douglas football outstanding athletes that have transferred over here on the basketball side, and this basketball team getting better and better and better. Should be an outstanding matchup here on the farm in Lexington. Chris Labar, Rick Reams, Rosie Geary on camera. Steve Bird is our executive producer.
You know, we talked about the big atmosphere. UK has a home game tonight, and there's still a bunch of people out here. It's going to have a doubleheader, I think.
GRC JV team winning by a pair on a last-second shot. So we've had 2 very, very tight games. And the Broncos begin in their white uniforms. It's a whiteout, if you will. Simpson shadowed by Sam Parrish. Fade away for 2.
Nice play. Let him get down low. Just kind of let him go to work. And a little, like you said, a little fadeaway. Nice way to start the game for Douglas.
So Morton at the point this year. That's a big change, as he only played a little bit up top last season for GRC. A lot of responsibility on his shoulders. And Parrish. Entry to Edwards and poked out. Nice closing defense by Chenault.
Yeah, Chenault did a really good job, so I was able to good to see them get out there, get a turnover right off the bat, and that's one thing that Coach Cook talked about. He doesn't want to have turnovers, and there's one to start the game.
And Simpson going to float it over to Chenault. Houston and Edwards, that's an interesting matchup to watch. As a 3 is triggered in the corner, that's off from Chenault. And Maxwell will lasso it for GRC. And Maxwell to the cup for 2.
Yeah, took it by himself. No one came up to stop him, so they had to go ahead and give him that layup there.
Webb prancing baseline. And Chenault has it stripped away by Morton, and Jerome Morton puts it up, shot challenged and off, and Parrish to tap it home.
Yeah, you got to watch yourself. Chenault thought he had an open lane to the basket, but quick hands there, got the ball away. Good job by Morton.
Very entertaining beginning as the Broncos down an early field goal. That's Boone. He and Chenault, the lone sophomores on the floor. A lot of season opposite. And a bump at the game's first foul cited on Parrish.
Call that one on the ground there, going with the pass. So both these teams, like we talked about, they're just kind of feeling each other out right now. No big burst as of yet.
Houston will flag it down. Now Chenault, a strong drive for the bucket.
Went with his offhand, he's left-handed. Nice play there. Got to the right side of the basket and put it in.
Maxwell finding Morton. Strong take, that's partially blocked, and we're going to have a Douglas foul underneath.
It's a tough call there. Pretty close there. You know, that's one thing Simpson needs to do, though. He can't get in foul trouble. It happened to him the other night and had to go out of the game. So he's really important on there on that one. You know, I know he thought he had a block or charge there, but you can't take that chance.
So Jerome Morton for a couple of free throws, 79% foul shooter. And GRC by a point. He's got a season high of 29 at Paris. And now just 7 short of 2,400 career points.
That's a lot of points.
Sure is. And GRC now by a pair. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this opening quarter, and coughed up by Simpson. Crafty pass to Busen, however, and a slam by Chenault.
Nice look by Busen. Chenault, I told you, he's got major ups there.
There is Morton. And Maxwell finding Parrish, little floater at the elbow, and it swirls out. And Chenault flags down the rebound. And Boone stepped on the sideline.
Yeah, made a pass there, just a little bit late, but boy, what a play there on the dunk. Nice pass by Busen. Found Chenault breaking to the basket and went in, was able to get that dunk. Got the crowd on its feet early.
And Parrish opposite Chenault. Nice take by Parrish.
Yep, what's good for you is good for me, he said.
And an 8-6 GRC lead. Parrish with 4. I think that's a key matchup at the point,
yes.
Is Parrish against Simpson. Lots going on up there. Webb from deep.
Got a double pick there. Busen said a nice pick, just stepped out and hit that jumper for the Army football commit there.
Now Rayshawn Hampton had momentarily up top. That's Morton chiseling in opposite Webb. And Morton's going to float it right through Edwards for a turnover.
Tried to do a pick and roll there and just kind of threw it behind him. You talked about it, Chris. The big matchup is going to be Edwards at 6'8" versus Busen, who is a 6'3" sophomore, but he'll get the ball up top and bring Edwards out of the lane.
That'll open things up perhaps for the drivers as Chenault will wind it around the clock. And now it's Webb's turn to center it. Simpson, there's Busen inside the lane. Long with a shot and the rebound secured by Rayshawn Hampton. As Hampton spinning all the way in the lane, it's poked out there by Chenault.
Great defense by Chenault.
Here comes Boone, and he puts it up off the heel.
You got to get back now.
And a layup in for Parrish as Hampton leads the break.
Yeah, great play there.
Simpson back for the answer.
Wow. Now it's heating up, Chris. We're going end to end now.
Douglas by 1 and a teeter-totter as Parrish off the heel. And Simpson. How about that crafty pass to Busen? And it's poked out by Edwards. Initiating the break is Hampton. Finding Maxwell.
Chenault is just getting in the way of those shots, and now George Rogers Clark players are watching for him. You've got to just go straight up with that. Don't worry about that shot getting blocked.
Boone says, I'll try one. And Maxwell sneaks in for the rebound, and a lot of huffing and puffing at the 2:02 mark of this quarter.
Yeah, they're both trying to catch their breath. Sometimes you get so excited it takes a little bit to get that second wind going.
There's Morton inside the lane. And put up and in is Hampton on the backside.
Yeah, no block out there at that time. Boone tried to get the block, and he just left the backside open for a rebound and an easy basket.
GRC now by a point. Boone, a step back triple. Well off the connection. Webb with a follow, changed by Edwards. And it's Morton down the pike. And Parrish will count the basket as Boone called for the goaltend.
Yeah, you've got to find Edwards in there when Douglas has the ball. And what you got to do, a big man like that, you got to pump fake, get him up, get a foul on him, and then try to go for an and one.
Our game's first sub will Jaden Dixon for Frederick Douglass.
Give Simpson a little bit of a rest.
Dixon averaging 2 points per game on the year. Supplemental role.
GRC's going into the zone.
There's Busen. Now Dixon flings one and hits it.
Comes in off the bench shooting it there, Chris. That's a lot of confidence.
That might be found money, if you will. We're tied at 14. It's Hampton in the corner. And that shot short by Edwards, and the follow goes.
Yeah, he missed the dunk and then stayed with it. But that's one Busen. You can't let him get that ball that far underneath the basket.
All 5 card starters have scored, and Busen will spill it out of bounds, but deflected off of Trent Edwards.
Say the last play down, GRC has switched to zone defense. See if they stay in that out of bounds or what they're going to go.
It'll be Busen, the recipient of the inbound, finding Chenault.
They're going to go back man.
See what the Broncos do here in the remnants of this quarter.
Tough place to hand the ball off.
Boone's going to split the double. Out of sorts there. And the long leak out. And the Broncos dodge a bullet to close the quarter.
Wow, Morton just got knocked down by his own man there and could not put the ball in. But great first quarter, Chris. Everything we expected it to be.
2-point game after one. We're back in a moment on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Chris Labar and Rick Reams back in Lexington. 2-point game after one. GRC by a bucket, Rick.
Yeah, it's like I say, these teams started off a little bit slow, but boy, a lot of action. You can see both these teams have a lot of high flyers. They can get off the ground. GRC starts out with Morton. You know, he's the steady one, but you see Edwards in there getting block shots. He missed that dunk, but he stayed right there with it, put the ball back in the basket. On the other end of the court, you have Avion Chenault just having, a big game so far. The Douglas is hurting a little bit is that Boone has not really got on track yet. He's one of their big scorers. He's their second leading scorer with 15.8 points a game. So he's been just a little bit off tonight, but that sometimes you have a quarter like that, come back out in the second quarter. But you said it, Chris, both teams were huffing and puffing there. They've extended a lot of energy in the first quarter.
All 5 Cardinals starters have scored. Sam Parrish with 8 and Avion Chenault with 7. For Frederick Douglass. Kai Simpson back on the floor for Frederick Douglass.
One thing to watch with him is he's already got 1 foul, and he came close that last play in the quarter to get a second foul before he got checked out of the game.
Parrish will fling it to Morton. Entry, Edwards on the doorstep, but short. And Boone.
This is a big one. Yeah. That's how you get back in the game. Come in all the way down the court and dunk it. Great play there by Boone.
His first field goal. That'll get the crowd up in that far end zone to your right.
The students can't believe what they just saw.
As Morton, a step back heave. Poked out of there by Boone. It's going to find Maxwell. And a foul underneath.
Be interested to see who they call that one on. Called it on. That's his second, Chris. That's a big foul with 7:13 left in the second quarter. Coach Scarberry, you know, at this point, I think you got to talk to him and tell him he can't afford to get that third foul. But boy, that was a big one. Yeah, they're going to have to take him out. That's a wise. I know Simpson doesn't want to come out, but boy, you don't leave your coach much discretion there when you get two early fouls in the second quarter.
Terry Kaysen, freshman, is on for Douglas, and a 1-point GRC lead. So Jaden Dixon will cough it up. There's Parrish. Boy, he's been important in this game. Edwards trails, and back to the foul line.
Yeah, good play there. Yeah, you can't afford to have that turnover like that. That's kind of your own turnover. You threw it right into GRC's hands, and now they get back to the free throw line.
Edwards on the season only at 58%. Look at these stats for both these teams. 76 a game for GRC, 70 points per for Frederick Douglass, both in the top tier in state scoring.
Good job there on 2 free throws from a 58% free throw shooter.
Sure was. He's got 4, and Douglass now trailing by 3. As Busen flinching it in the corner. Nice catch by Dixon, but it's over and back. Wes Scarberry's going to protest, and it will be a violation.
He did a really good job that time of waiting. The other official is going to come up and talk. This is going to be an interesting call because one coach is not going to be happy.
What I want to know is where's the third official?
Yeah, he's smart. He's standing on the other side. Yeah, Coach Scarberry is letting him have it. He did not like that call because it happened right in front of him.
Great job up top for the zoom by our camera operator, and a big 3 and a big shift. That's Rayshawn Hampton.
Yeah, nice 3-point shot. Give him that 6-point lead.
And Busen on the deck, and an astute Douglas timeout. Broncos will pause for 30. We'll recycle things. Be right back on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Welcome back. Rick Reams, Chris LaBar at the farm at Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington. 22-16, 6-point GRC lead. Second period, 6 minutes, 28 seconds left. Chris, this is a point in the game right here where Douglass has to be careful. Kai Simpson's out with 2 fouls. They almost had another turnover on the press. They can't get too far behind. We talked about it. This is the key to the game. You don't want to give GRC a huge cushion.
Well, they've gotten off to that fast start that you spoke of. Have the Cardinals 6-point lead as, again, Kai Simpson on the bench with 2 fouls. Webb suffocated and a GRC foul.
Yeah, GRC's taking that defense way out and trapping. You're going to bring Simpson back in. Got to get, you got to get that leadership in there, but he cannot have any silly fouls here. But right now they have to have his leadership because they were having a lot of trouble handling the ball.
So Simpson working opposite Parrish. There may have been a bailout foul on the last trip for the Cardinal defense. Simpson trying to ignite Boone, comes to a jump stop.
Oh, yeah.
And Chenault on the sideline.
Yeah, he stepped right here. We could see it. It was a good call. And boy, he got his feet moving fast. But again, if you're Douglas, you've got to come up with a stop here. You cannot let this lead get to 8 or 9 right now.
Nice rip inside, and Edwards will shuffle.
Yeah, he didn't fully have that ball, got off his feet. You know, that's one thing. If you've got the big man in there, you've got to throw that ball up high to him. Don't make him catch that ball down around his waist, because the only bad things are going to happen there.
Cardinals led by 2 after 1. Now added 4 to that tally.
Douglas is really going to have to start flashing people in that center. They're opening that wide open.
Now Busen going to try his luck in the lane. Boone through contact. And a whistle.
That was interesting. I thought he was making a late call on the shot. Boone got hit, but they didn't. Called it on the rebound there on Busen. So, again, another time for GRC. You don't want to waste these opportunities. You're up 6. You had a chance there to get all the way up 8. Now you can still get to 8 or 9. You've got to take advantage of these opportunities. Got Douglas in order to kind of hide Simpson. You're in a zone defense now.
That's Parrish. He'll fling a 3. Strong rebound, Hampton. And he'll sneak it in for the bucket.
Yeah, good job there. Again, he got his shot blocked, but, man, you just can't hang your head. Get that ball back in and put it up, and that gives him that 8-point lead. He's really high on that rebound.
Now Simpson finding Chenault. Strong drive, and Edwards on the poke out. Morton accelerating.
Big dunk there to give him that 10-point lead.
Longest lead for either team as Simpson tries to respond. And GRC on a roll now. That's Edwards.
Nice play by Boone.
And Simpson going to clean it up and draw a foul.
That's exactly what you need if you're Douglas. You're not going to be able to get them all at one point, but you got to keep on taking that ball to the basket. But one thing you have to do is you're going to have to fall away or something, because it's rather apparent that Edwards is going to swat those shots in there. So tough to go right at him.
That's the second foul on Morton, and a big one. As you see, Simpson with a putback and the free throw.
Yeah, so both your big scorers both have 2 fouls for each team. So could be a big thing, not just now, but later on in the game.
Momentarily anyway, Morton on the floor. And Busen couldn't flag it down. Boone, however, does. And Boone. Simpson follows. And Maxwell. Lots of turnovers in that possession.
Nice
Lob pass, it sure was. And Simpson puts it in. A great pass by Chenault.
Well, Coach Cook's seen enough. He is upset.
Gonna have a GRC stop and a 5-0 Douglas run. And Kai Simpson been in the midst of both those big trips.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You had to get him back in the game. You know, they kind of lost their focus when he was out. So he comes back in, gets a 3-point play, and then doesn't quit on that, just doesn't count the layup in, gets the ball back, puts it in the basket to break this lead. You know, a 10-point lead. We wondered, how would Douglas respond to a little bit of hardship? Well, at this point, they were down 10 and got it back to 5. So we see that. One thing with Boone, he took that ball in. He tried to dunk that ball, but I'm impressed that he even tried that. Again, Edwards was there, but, boy, that's when he said, I'm just going to still take it at you. But if you're Douglas, if that happens, if you're any kind of ball player, don't count that any basket's going to go in. Just go get the ball and make sure. So now you're going to have GRC coming back in. They've brought some subs in. for them. So it's going to be interesting to see how this offense is going to flow with 2 new players in.
J.P. Gaines will enter the fray for the first time for GRC. He'll wear number 15, 6'1" junior. As we slide under 3 minutes in this opening half. Cardinals once led by 10. And a strong drive by Parrish.
Good play there.
And a touchdown lead for GRC. Parrish, 12 in this first half.
Yeah, Eli Craig, number 4, is the other one that's checked in.
Boone with an in.
That's Boone's game there. He can drive you, but he can also stop and hit that 3.
Morton and Gaines playing catch. Now Parrish will wind the clock up top.
Very, very patient.
Nice crafty thread in the lane at the elbow. And Parrish able to chase it down. That's where they want it.
Yeah.
Morton with that strong hand and challenged by Chenault. And here comes Avion. And Boone taps it in.
Yeah, we talked about Boone didn't have any points in the first half, and you can see how he can take this game over. Chris, they've gone from 26-16 down to 28-26 now. Great job by Douglas.
Boone with 7 points in this quarter. And the Broncos now within a field goal. From the elbow, and Edwards will ram it in.
Nice job there by Edwards. I wasn't sure if he could hit that shot, but boy, he showed us he did. He hit 2 free throws earlier and hit that shot from the free throw line extended. So good job there by Edwards, by the big 6'8" player.
It's a big bucket as Edwards now with 6. Simpson back out to Boone. Webb. Oh my, well executed in the half court.
Beautiful play by Boone there. Took the ball, got it, drew the defense, and threw it out to Webb, and Webb hit that 3.
Simpson to Boone, Boone to Webb. That's going to be short. Edwards cleans it up.
Well, that's where Edwards is such a difference maker. If he can get those rebounds, get second chance opportunities.
And the Broncos staring at a 3-point deficit, under 30 in the second quarter.
Looks like the way they're going to do it is both teams going to be able to keep their point guards in.
As Busen, nice spin in the lane, and Boone
on the rebound.
Taps it in. Got a whistle away from the ball. And perhaps GRC will hold it for 1 here with 9 ticks left, and Douglas picking up in the full court.
A little bit heated in here.
As Parrish. And will be fouled. Will it be in the act of 3?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they make this call. We couldn't see the GRC bench came up. Right now, these officials are going to have to get hold of this game because the players are starting to talk a lot. Called that on Webb. I think they said it's going to be 3.
See if we can get another look. It sure was. It was a 3-point effort.
Well, that's a tough call because on that one, you really just he was really in kind of desperation mode, and you didn't want to bail him out with that foul on a 3-point shot.
Sam Parrish, 12 points unofficially. He'll have 3 free throws.
It's a 70% free throw shooter, so got 2 more coming. They were smart. They got Simpson out of there, playing a little offense defense so he doesn't get that 3rd foul, and he'll come back in with 2.4 seconds if there's a stoppage in play.
And GRC unable to take advantage of the opportunities yet.
this is huge right here. You had a chance to go up 35-31 and missed 2 of 3 free throws. See if you can put the third one in.
Jack Ngog in, also Kai Simpson back for one more offensive trip. And how about those apples?
Oh, clock
Chenault,
hasn't moved.
and the clock has not started with 2.4. The clock did not start.
No.
And we're going to have halftime. I think the officials obviously felt like more than 2.4 elapsed in that sequence.
Yeah, there's no doubt it did. It's just that clock never stopped. And, boy, I tell you what, that's...
So that will take us to the half. A 1-point GRC lead over Frederick Douglass, 32-31. And we're back to the farm right after this on Glycod.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
A great first half as we welcome you back to Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington. Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams, and a very tight one as we thought it might be.
Yeah, again, it wasn't tight there. A 10-point lead there for GRC, but boy, Douglas kind of put the accelerator to it, got this game back to a 32-31 game. I mean, we talked about that this is a big game and a big atmosphere, and both of those are true tonight. Both teams are going to have to kind of settle themselves down. They got a little bit heated there at the end of the first half with the clock operator not getting the clock started, but the team's getting a little bit chippy. But, boy, I tell you what, so far it's everything we could bargain for, Chris.
Sure has. Great athleticism all over the floor. Jerome Morton with a huge dunk, and Armello Boone, I think, really the catalyst for Douglas in that second quarter.
Yeah, he came out, was held scoreless in the first quarter, and I talked about it. That's not who he is. But, boy, that second quarter, he came out, got that dunk, got him going, hit three-point shot, was able to get a nice assist over to Tylon Webb for a three. So I tell you what, just a big-time game for him to come out and play that well.
Armello unofficially with 9, Avion Chenault, again all these numbers unofficial with 7, Kai Simpson with 5, but played much of the game with those 2 fouls, able to keep him out there without picking up that third.
Yeah, and that was the key. You know, they took him out, and there was 2 straight turnovers on the press. They had to bring him back in. But him being a senior, you've just got to tell him, look, we need you to play. We can't have any silly fouls. If you have to, just let him go to the basket, but don't get a foul. Same thing, though, for GRC. Jerome Morton, has 2 fouls also, but he sat out there the entire time, and as you said, had a huge first half.
This GRC team, Sam Parrish leading them with 12, but missed 3 free throws there under 5 seconds.
Boy, that's a killer, and that one you would really hope that you could get that 3, but it's sometimes it's tough to get there. So, but at the same time, he had a really good half, a lot of good rebounding, a very high flyer also. But man, you talk about athleticism, Chris. This isn't the same game they played when I played at Henry Clay.
Well, and this GRC team, again, the targets on their back, winning the state championship last year, beating a very good Warren Central team by a point. Some new pieces to the puzzle this year, and goodness gracious, they're going to be right there again.
Absolutely, and that's what Coach Cook talked about, that his community loves basketball and his players love basketball. The key is, can you redo it year after year after year? You had a senior-laden team last year. You've got a senior-laden team this year. Can you keep on marching up that mountain and get to the top?
And this team, you would think that they would be tops in the 10th region. Well, there's this weird stat, if you believe in it, called the RPI, and ironically, Mason County leading the RPI in Region 10.
Yeah, I don't really understand everything that goes into RPI, but there's a lot of different factors, and that's one of those things that, there are strong teams in every region, and you're seeing strongest teams in Region 10 and Region 11 tonight. But I would like to see a Mason County team, because I tell you what, they're going to be good if they're better than this team.
Yeah, the Royals, these 2 teams do not play, believe it or not, during the regular season. They are salivating at an opportunity in the 10th Region tournament, which is a great segue to our Tournament Central. Glycod's Tournament Central is back with the most live coverage of high school postseason basketball starting February 20th. Glycod will live stream a total of 40 district, regional, and state tournament games featuring instant replay and score ticker. For more information, visit Tournament Central at Glycod.com. And we're also on the air a couple more times here in the next week or so in this same building. We will have a great matchup on Friday on the girls' side. Cooper, ranked 3rd in the state. They will take on the Frederick Douglass girls at 7:30. And then next Wednesday, Ballard, as Coach Scarberry referenced in the pregame, Ballard from Louisville will take on the boys' version of the Broncos. Halftime, a great one in store for you, and we'll have the second half when we come back after this on Glycod.com.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street, with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7820 7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Well, Rick, let's talk tweaks here in half two. What do you look for from an adjustment standpoint?
I think both teams right now, they're comfortable with what they've been doing, but you can't get drawn into this high emotion, high energy, fouling, caulking game. Both coaches have to have their senior players keep their heads, come out, play the game that they've talked about. They practice, they're ready for this. But the next thing you've got to do also is, man, I tell you what, you've got to watch yourself around the basket because you've got to make a strong move or your shot's going to be coming back at you.
Again, these two teams with lengthy winning strings. GRC winners of 11 in succession. They've not lost since December 30th versus Tampa Catholic in a Myrtle Beach tournament. And the Broncos 18 in a row, losing December 10th to Great Crossing. But again, that different team than what's on the floor now for these Broncos.
Yeah, I tell you what, because they had so many of their football players on the undefeated state championship team that are playing basketball that just couldn't come out for those first couple games of the year. And they lost two without them, but they're undefeated since. And Coach Scarberry said all these football players haven't lost a game this year.
Keep in mind Jerome Morton, and Kai Simpson both with 2 personal fouls, so that bears watching as we get set for this half.
We saw GRC come out in a man-to-man, and then they moved back to the zone. Looks like now they're going to start out again in a man-to-man. We're making sure everyone's got timeouts set and everything else, so making sure who has the ball.
It'll be Bronco possession. And a foul up top right out of the chute. It looks like it's on Edwards.
Yeah, that's I would say Coach Scarberry drew that play up. What you want to do is if you can get him in foul trouble, get him out of the game, that's what you want to do. So very good play there, good play by Busen. If you get a little bit of hit, go ahead and fall and see if the referee will make that call.
It's actually on Rayshawn Hampton, his first. And Chenault. Bullet pass back up top to Simpson.
Going to bring Busen out for the ball. Get a little pick there and see if they can move Edwards away from the basket.
Boone a little bit out of sorts there. Will fire it now. Busen bulldozes his way in. And Webb with an acrobatic and athletic rebound on the backside.
Good job there by Webb. Was able to tip that ball up to himself. Busen had a good move there, but again, that time he's a little too worried about a shot blocker, but Simpson's going to take Edwards on.
Boone slings a 3 and hits it.
Oh, got hit a little bit on coming down, but great play there to give them the lead back.
That's 13 for Armello and a 2-point Douglas lead, their first lead since middle of the first quarter.
Douglas is going to keep with that zone that they went to towards the middle of the second quarter.
Parrish skip pass and Webb with a theft. Simpson up and in.
That's way too long of a pass there by GRC, and then Simpson, could make them pay there. So great job there by Douglas to come out, score the first points of the half.
Edwards will find Morton up top. The lefty heaves. And Webb, that's 3 rebounds on the last couple of sequences for Kai Simpson.
Yeah, good job there getting on the board.
And Simpson bumped, no whistle.
Webb tipped that ball to himself. He's just such a smart ball player.
He sure is. Has a nose for the ball.
Simpson's got to watch out. You don't want to get a foul all the way out there.
Coach Cook near us working that sideline.
He may have to come out of that pullover.
As Parrish sneaks in the lane. And Chenault vacuums in the rebound. Boone with the outlet, but racing back for the deflection was Morton.
Yeah, you can't make that mistake there. That's a big turnover.
And a GRC stop.
A little bit out of sorts. They're going to call that 30-second timeout. As you said, Coach Cook has not been happy this half.
Be the second GRC stop. We'll have the most outstanding player presented by Elite Building Products at the conclusion of this game. One representative, one student athlete from each team.
Well, right now that's way up in the air.
It sure is. Boy,
a lot of good performances here tonight. Boy, I tell you what, I just love that high school basketball has come back to this with a really great crowd, great teams playing, student sections going crazy. It's what it's all about. So excited to see all this.
You folks at home might need some Dramamine with all that camera bumping around up there. We'll 4-point lead and 36-32 as Douglas, a nice 5-point flurry to start this half.
This is exactly what Douglas would want. Come out, get some turnovers, get the ball in the basket. And if you're GRC, you've got to be the senior. You're the more experienced team. You've got to come out here now, settle things down, try to figure out this zone. Against this 3-2 zone, 2-1-2 zone, you're going to have to flash the middle and turn and hit shots right in the middle of the lane.
As Morton inches to Parrish.
Busa did a good job of fronting Edwards there. They set the high pick.
We tiptoe under 5. Hampton long with that 3. And Boone lofts it ahead to Chenault.
Good play there by Chenault to go to the basket. Hit a block there. That was a good call. Hampton didn't quite have position there.
Those long threes with a misfire, they're really a catapult to a fast break.
They are. And at this point, GRC, that's what's so frustrating as a coach. You had such a great series there where you just kept passing the ball, moving the ball, and then all of a sudden you settle for that 3-point shot. That's really hard on you.
Chenault, a 64% foul shooter on the season. And a very balanced offensive attack for the Broncos. Boone and Chenault leading the brigade. JP Gaines back on for GRC as Rayshawn Hampton will shuttle out.
He's got a little tweak. I don't know if it's a knee or an ankle, but he's not feeling real well.
And Chenault will have a follow-up.
I tell you, that's one thing. Free throws. This is going to be a huge game for free throws coming down towards the end. You've got to hit your free throws.
So both teams unsuccessful from the foul line, but Busen follows, and Chenault with the basket.
Chenault says, hey, you know what? I might not be hit the free throw, but give me the ball in the lane. I'll put it in.
Well, and Busen doing the dirty work, a big offensive rebound.
Yep. Off a free throw against a 6'8" player. That's just hustle.
As Parrish sneaks it in the lane. Clever pass. Edwards couldn't get it to go down, and it's going to leak off of Chenault out of bounds.
Edwards is going to have to hit that shot because, Chris, that's the open place in that zone. It's right in the middle. You've got to get the ball turned and put it in the basket.
As Edwards will nudge it in. Morton free for a 3. And Webb, another rebound. Outlet Simpson,
Beautiful alley-oop there from Simpson to Chenault, who just is a high flyer. 8-point lead. I tell you what, GRC really has hit a buzzsaw here in the start of the second half.
Broncos +9 in this quarter, and a foul underneath.
That's going to be Morton's third. Big foul call there.
How about this lob? And there's Chenault.
I tell you, Chris, he's a fun player to watch. I wish I could jump like that one time.
I think we've had 4, maybe 5 dunks in this game.
Yes. Long pass to
Chenault
Chenault again. Now Douglas with the lead. How is GRC going to handle this? You know, they're used to having these leads. They're used to being the aggressor, and right now they are definitely not the aggressor. Trying to get the ball to Busen. He has
nice cut.
Nice
Chenault.
Oh,
a little bit long.
Yep.
And Morton flags it down. Still a lot of time, of course, in this game, but GRC needing something positive down the stretch here in this frame.
Yeah, and Busen's made some beautiful passes tonight.
Morton, a sturdy drive. And 2 free throws looming.
You know, that's one thing you always see, and that's what you should do. You go to your best player and let him get you back in the game. If he can't get the ball, boy, they call that on the floor. I'm a little surprised at that. I thought he was going up, and now they're also going to bring Hampton back in. Looks like he's feeling better, not limping near as much.
So no free throws looming, I beg your pardon, and a travel up top on Maxwell.
Yeah, Maxwell there got his feet going a little too fast. But, yeah, Chris, I was surprised. That looked like that was a foul on the shot there, but they must have called it beforehand. But, boy, I tell you what, another turnover for GRC and is going to give Douglas GRC, they have no choice. They're going to have to move their defense out. Oh,
that pass took forever to get to Webb, and Parrish interjects in the lane and puts it in.
Yeah, Simpson, you can't make that mistake. You've got not to have a lazy pass on that. And this is where Busen's important. He can bring the ball up the court for you.
Now Boone in the corner. See what Busen does. Spinning and leaking. And Parrish coughs it back up.
I tell you what, both these teams just getting a little bit excited, getting their feet moving too fast. Turnovers here, turnovers there. But, the one thing is, if you're the team in the lead, a turnover doesn't hurt you as bad. But, boy, for GRC to be able to come out on a break but get a walk there, and now Douglas has the ball underneath their own basket.
And Simpson to trigger it in.
Good outlet all the way out to Boone. You can't get it underneath. Just pass it all the way back out.
GRC with 4 points in the first 5.5 minutes of this third quarter. Now Webb inside the lane.
Took it up and over Edwards. Webb we talked about it, but he's just so athletic, so smooth in there. Just hits that jump shot, gives them another 8-point lead here.
So many ways the Broncos can hurt you. And Morton, no other recourse but to fling it off the sweat-drenched Busen.
Yeah, Busen did a great job, blocked it off. It's a great job. Use that baseline as your advantage, and he did that. This zone is really causing problems for GRC.
Parrish. There they go inside to Edwards. Couldn't connect, however, and Chenault elevating high for the rebound.
Yeah, if Edwards can't hit that shot, they're going to be in trouble because that's open every time.
Webb going to take it to the big guy.
Yeah, he slid and got the walk there, but he's taking it right to Edwards, doing a good job. That's, smart senior leadership there. He's pointing to Coach Scarborough. He's telling him, that's my fault. I know what I did. So now you got to come back and play defense. But like you said, Chris, holding GRC to this number, boy, I tell you what, very impressive quarter.
Parrish sneaking baseline. Chenault with a rebound.
What they want. Bring Edwards out against Simpson, see if he can guard him. They're going to move everyone else out, and Simpson's going to go one-on-one.
Now's Busen. He'll have it baseline. Nice pass back to Simpson. And a 10-point lead.
Boy, I tell you what, outscored them 12-3 this quarter.
Edwards stemming the tide. And a full timeout. GRC stop. And it will be a full timeout. We will pause and step aside as well. An 8-point lead on Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Chris Labar, Rick Reams, camera operator Rosie Gary, and Steve Bird, our executive producer, welcome you back to the farm. 8-point Bronco lead. This GRC team led by 10 middle of the second quarter, and it's been all Douglas here in this second half.
Yeah, and one of the keys of the game was get ahead of Douglas, see if they can come back. And boy, for right now, they have shown that they can do that.
Full court press awaiting the Broncos, and a quick deflection out off of Maxwell.
Yeah, the one place on a full court press you don't want to get the ball to the corner, and if you do, don't pick up your dribble. Take it up the middle yourself.
Inbound up now to Chenault. There's a three going to swirl out. Chenault with the rebound. It wouldn't go in.
But followed his own shot, Chris. He didn't give up. Went up right-handed, missed it, got the rebound, tip left-handed. 10-point lead for Douglas.
Just not the Cardinals' night thus far from outside as Boone lassos the loose ball.
Good job there. He didn't have it, turned it back. Simpson needs to get that ball over the court. Don't get a 10-second call. Busen waiting on the play there.
Busen, the steady hand sometimes.
Yeah, he is. He's always in the right place, Chris. It's very impressive.
Now Boone, that's one they'd like to have back, I think. And Webb trying to get possession back. He does. Simpson.
Oh, behind the back. Oh, nice block.
Busen, lots going on underneath there. And now we got a whistle and a GRC foul.
Now here's the one part of Busen's game that we talked about he needs to work on. 21% free throw shooter, but that means he's hit some. The last time we played, he was a little bit lower. So I'm excited to see him get up there.
And he's certainly well aware of that shortcoming. I'm sure he's working very, very hard.
Yeah, it's just, and I can speak from, experience. Sometimes you get in the game and you just go back to bad habits. You may break them in practice, but let's see if he can put one more in.
That one's got a little more loft.
There we go. Good job there. That put 1 of 2 to get an 11-point lead with 6 seconds left.
Douglas's biggest lead of this game. Parrish heaving one. And the Broncos leading by 11 with 8 minutes left. And we're back after this on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
GRC with 6 points in the third quarter. And Douglas now a game-high 11-point lead.
I'll tell you what, Douglas, they came out after halftime. You ask what tweaks they made. They just stayed in that defense, and GRC is not able to kind of penetrate in there. I talked about it. Edwards, the middle is open. He's going to have to hit those shots. But, boy, if you're Douglas, you have to be so pleased with the way your team has come out and just played here in the second half. Another key stat, Simpson has not gotten that third foul, so he's done a good job on that, although Morton has gotten his third for GRC. But right now, I tell you what, Coach Cook has not been happy, and he's really writing on that marker board right now, trying to get his team to figure out this defense. And right now, I tell you what, 11-point deficit, they see that Douglas came back from a 10-point, so it can be done, but, boy, you're going to have to make inroads on this zone defense.
J.P. Gaines will check in. Actually, the Cardinals with only 4 points in Q3. 16 in the first, 16 in the second, 4 in the third. And the Broncos now leading by 11. Hampton cannot fire it, and Parrish underneath for the bucket.
Good job there to get that offside rebound and get the ball back in the basket.
Busen, oh my, and the follow by Boone.
Boone right there. Great job by the sophomore. Very impressive play.
Boone with the cleanup and bucket. Nice entry, and Chenault.
Good hands there.
Poke it down to play.
You can tell GRC, they're trying to get more movement against this zone, Chris, but as they move, Douglas is moving more. And boy, as you talked about on the other end, what a follow tip slam by Boone.
Wide open underneath. Someone forgot Gaines.
Yeah, boy, you can't let that happen. You have got to look on your backside.
There's Webb. Nice diagonal look from Busen.
Nice pass.
Sure was. Chenault underneath.
Did a great job of double pumping. Oh.
What do we have here? A technical assessed, I believe, on Douglas post basket.
Yeah. I think Chenault said something. Got a quick technical there. So.
That's one of those plays that could change some momentum in this game.
It really can. If you're GRC, if I'm Coach Cook, I use that to my advantage right there. You know, sometimes you just got to, you say something under your breath or maybe not even under your breath, but you just can't get that taunting technical.
Now, GRC cannot buy a free throw. Again, a big swing in this game. Sam Parrish missed 3 free throws with under 5 seconds left in the first half. And that one will stay in.
It made it interesting, but it got the ball in. So with that one, you're just going to have to, if you're GRC, like I say, you need anything you can to get motivation, and that may be the thing.
4th team foul on GRC, and it looks like Douglas with 2 team fouls as we take a glance at the foul story. Coach Cook working hard on the near sideline for this Cardinal team. What a great job he's done. 7th season, and his teams have won 20 or more in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I tell you what, he came in, this GRC program did not take any hits when he came in to coach there.
Been a very small fraternity of coaches that have won back-to-back championships. That's his aim next month, and it's poked away by Webb and secured now by Hampton.
Yeah, got an offensive rebound there.
Still plenty of time left. Hampton just not going in thus far for GRC, and the rebound secured by Chenault.
Yeah, Chenault just such a high riser. Does a great job getting up quickly.
Now Boone in the corner. Up top, Simpson as he weaves his way in.
Douglas is in no hurry now.
Simpson, what a great dribble and find. Oh my.
And one. Just a great job there by Douglas. They weren't in a hurry. Simpson came in, made a beautiful pass to Chenault. Chenault was able to get through the contact, put the ball in the basket, now has a chance for a 3-point play.
Trying to get another look at that. And a free throw, well, that's not going to do it. It's a free throw off the mark.
Gave up another chance for another free throw there.
Still a 12-point game. And a foul on the floor.
Yeah, I talk about that all the time. You cannot slap down at the ball, slap up at the ball. You slap down, the referee's going to call that automatically and say you hit them across the arm. You slap up, you're not going to hit their arm. Oh, another quick inbounds to GRC there, and Morton was waiting for it. So
Cardinals have had some success on the inbounds tonight. GRC hanging around this team, way too talented. And an astute timeout by Coach Scarberry. He saw something that provided some trepidation, and we will take a quick break as Douglas stops for 60. 10-point game on Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Another look at that outstanding play by Kai Simpson.
That's what you want from your point guard. Take it, get the heat, and then make the pass off to your player who gets a chance for an and one. Chenault was not able to put it in. Good timeout there by Coach Scarberry. Simpson was trapped in the corner, didn't really have anywhere to go.
And an outstanding crowd on hand for Tuesday night affair. Seen lots of the local media here as well. A place to be in Central Kentucky in the high school segment this year.
Absolutely.
Webb in the corner. Going to thread his way in the lane. Shot that with the offhand, and Morton securing the rebound.
Yeah, not a great shot there.
And Morton up and off. And it looked like touch last by a Douglas hand.
Yeah, Douglas had two players there fighting over it. As you said, GRC's just having a tough time getting the ball in the basket tonight.
Yeah, this team on pace for perhaps low 50s, and again, they average 76 per on the season.
Got to get a little bit of perspiration off the ball. I'm surprised that's not the first time they've had to stop the game. These kids are really out here giving a full effort.
That's Morton spinning against the grain. And Busen, the recipient of the rebound.
Good job there by Simpson. Back up and get that ball out to Busen. Good job.
Skip pass, freeing Webb. And Edwards will defer to Parrish.
Nice outlet pass. Good play.
And Webb, of course, going to get back and deflect. That does everything helpful to win. And Chenault with the bucket.
And then a turnover coming back. I'll tell you what. Coach Cook, he just did what I think every coach would do. He just looked down and shook his head. It's just one of those nights. But 12-point lead for Douglas here.
GRC's low water mark on the year, 52. Ironically, in a win last month versus Great Crossing. This has been a mismatch affair for this second half, and Busen could not connect.
GRC's going to try it again.
Morton a strong take. And is Boone salivating in the front court, and Maxwell back to commit the foul.
Yeah, smart play by Maxwell there. Got it on the ground. Good play. Get that foul there. But I tell you what, right now, Douglas is just running. One thing Douglas has to realize, though, on offense, Chris, is they've got the lead. They don't have to force those shots up. So you got to just kind of play smart here. You don't want to go in at a straight-out stall, but you also don't have to settle for any shots.
Sixth team foul on GRC.
Bring Edwards out to try to grab Busen, who handles the ball very well.
Poked out and
it's kick ball.
Inadvertently kicked by Simpson.
Yeah, Coach Scarberry's upset because he's saying the same thing. He's saying we don't have to force the offense. Let's just play smart, pass the ball around, and get a good shot.
Parrish cuts his way inside the lane in the flush.
Nice pass.
Edwards now with 10 unofficially. in a 10-point Bronco lead. This score might raise some eyebrows in the state if it holds. Boone dead on a three, but long.
Coach Scarberry's still frustrated, settling for a lot of shots.
Way too much time left. A three in the corner is in for Hampton.
This is what you don't want to do. That's why you don't want to be so quick on offense. You don't want to give GRC a chance to get back in this game. There's plenty of time.
There sure is, with just under 3 left. A strong take and poked out of there, and Parrish as the Cardinals trying to carve their way back.
Douglas is going to have a timeout.
And Morton clobbered in the lane.
That's one thing you cannot take for granted, that you're just going to walk away with the game. GRC has been in these situations before. They're keeping on playing. We talked about it, though. GRC, they're going to have to hit their free throws, and they've had trouble with that tonight.
Be 2 free throws, but that was a big three in the corner by Hampton. He's not had a whole lot of success from distance, as Morton trims it to a 2-trip game.
Got this lead down to 5. Now Douglas has to have a good offensive series, and there's the timeout. They really needed that.
Broncos will stop play. GRC trailing 55-50. We'll be back in just a moment on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
5-point game, under 3 minutes left, and 2 more outstanding broadcasts we hope coming up here at the Farm. Girls Affair on Friday. Cooper and the Broncos should be a great matchup. And then 1 week from tomorrow, it's Ballard, and the Bruins will take on Frederick Douglass, both games tipping at 7:30. Well, you sense some anxiety, perhaps, by Douglas, as this team was well up in double figures, now reduced to 5.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. As a younger team, you're going to have to rely on your seniors to kind of settle this down. Simpson, I'd be surprised he doesn't have the ball in his hands a whole lot.
And now Boone.
Good job by Busen. They're happy to pass it around. There's where you don't want to get.
Nice pass, though, and Boone sneaks it in for 2.
That's exactly. If you're going to hold the ball, hold it till you get an easy shot, and Boone's your man.
Morton kicking it to Maxwell, and a big trip up the mountain here for GRC. Off of Parrish, and it's going to belong to the Broncos.
Yeah, a huge turnover there. You just had a chance to get this game back down to 5 or 4 points, and you just make another turnover there. So they're going to have to go back on the defensive end to the pressing and see if they can get a turnover. Sooner or later, GRC is going to have to start fouling.
Boone inside the lane over to Busen. Yeah, GRC with only 16 fouls. Busen finding a cutting Chenault. There's Webb behind him.
Oh, he walked. Yes, he did. Changed pivot feet on that, but it took it down to 1:37 seconds. But again, if you're GRC, you've got to know free throw percentages and who to foul, because you're going to have to foul to get this game go longer.
There is Morton inside the lane. Off the heel. And Simpson will be fouled in backcourt by Parrish. Rick, I think one of the keys in this game is Simpson's been able to play much of the game with those 2 fouls.
Yeah, I mean, 2 fouls, the second foul with about a minute gone in the second quarter, and he's been able to do that. Against Sayre, he was not. He fouled out of the game. They pressured a lot, but he's playing a very smart game now. You just can't get any silly fouls, and he's done a great job in the last 2.5 quarters.
83% foul shooter is Kai Simpson for a 1-and-1. And that one hurts, but Webb sneaks in for the rebound.
Jump ball, that should be GRC. I mean, should be Douglas's
Douglas ball. And I think Coach Cook beside himself, how his senior-laden front court enabled the free throw rebound to be secured.
Yeah, I tell you what, the film session of this game is going to be brutal. There's a lot of things they've seen that's just not GRC ball.
Now, Douglas certainly a big part of that, but this has not been a crisp performance, not been a crisp second half by the defending state champs. There's Busen, that's who they wanted to foul. And Boone's going to lob it and put in.
Great play there, another great pass. Good to get the game to 9 points with 1:13 left.
And Maxwell will fling it and draw a foul.
Chenault shaking up a little bit. Could just be he's exhausted. he's jumped all out of this gym all night tonight. But
well, the athleticism just oozes off the page.
It does for him and this whole Douglas team, a very athletic team. They may not have a 6'8" player, but they have players that play bigger than they are.
So Maxwell for 2 as some of the faithful starting to empty into the parking lot. And Maxwell off the mark again, a familiar face.
Yeah.
It is high school, playing his first 3 seasons at Douglas and transferring over to GRC for his final year. And an 8-point lead, still 1:07 to play.
Simpson, good play there by Webb. Just you don't have to shoot now. Make them foul you. Well,
strong takeaway by Parrish, I believe it was, as we were completely shielded here, but it was a foul and free throw opportunity for GRC.
Have 2 shots, and after this will put GRC in the bonus also, but 2 free throws here.
Parrish with 12 points in the first half. His role has been reduced a little bit. We've got him for 16. Again, those numbers unofficial, but Parrish will have 2. Transfer from Tate's Creek.
It's a big part of the game these days, our transfers from different places. Something that didn't happen when I played.
And that one, swing it to 8. Check that to 7.
Good defense there.
49 seconds left in a 7-point game. There's a 3 in the corner that won't fall. And Boone brings it down.
Yeah, Simpson needs to take the ball. Oh, they're going to let him have a layup.
He took it all right.
I tell you what, I was waiting for a foul. But they let him have it all the way, and that's not what you wanted.
And what do we have here? A carry. Or no, excuse me.
Yeah, they called a carry on Morton. He did. He got that caught underneath the ball and just flipped it over there and had a huge turnover with 28.9 seconds. Coach Cook's asking for some explanation, but that was the right call.
29 ticks left as the Broncos going to salt this one away as Simpson finding Chenault and Boone bumped underneath.
Yeah, GRC's giving up easy shots. They're not fouling early enough, so this game is going to be a huge, huge victory to get the 19th straight for Douglas.
Douglas will take on Bryan Station on Thursday. That is a remake of a game canceled a couple of weeks ago. And the lead at 10. Again, GRC leading by 10 points, middle of the second quarter. With Frederick Douglass outscoring the Cardinals 16-4 in quarter 3.
2 big free throws there for Boone, and Douglass just needs to let GRC do what they want to do. This game is over with 18 seconds left.
That's going to be off again. And Chenault, as the Cardinals fall tonight at Frederick Douglass. A little bit of a surprise as Douglass, perhaps not a surprise to win this game, but Rick, how they won.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, just a different game than GRC thought they would see, but Douglass had a great game plan. Even when they got down 10, they kept that plan going, and boy, it played off dividends to get this victory by 11.
Our most outstanding player when we come back. Douglass by 11 on Glycod.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Back live at Frederick Douglass High School, an 11-point win for the Broncos, now winners of 19 straight, improving to 22-2. They beat a very sound team tonight handily.
They learned a lot about themselves tonight, Chris, and that's what Coach Scarberry talked about. He wanted this game to be. We talked about it in the pregame. It's not a region or a district game, but, boy, to get this victory shows you where you are, and where you can go from here, hopefully.
And so much balance. Kai Simpson, Armello Boone, Tylon Webb, and then Avion Chenault, just all highlight plays in themselves.
Yeah, you can't stop one player for Douglass. You have someone else. Boone didn't score in the first half and came back and had a wonderful game afterwards. Just very impressive.
Tremendous win tonight for the Broncos, 63-55. We will have our most outstanding player when we come back on Glycod.com.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank with a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff. Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Our most outstanding players tonight presented by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. Sam Parrish for GRC and Frederick Douglass. Really a balanced affair, but going with Boone.
Yeah, I just think Boone was the difference maker. He had a slow first quarter. They came out, had a little trouble in first quarter and second quarter, but then Boone took over, had a great game. And then for Parrish, he had the very good first half, which got them to that 10-point lead. But like you talked about, Chris, I think the biggest key was missing those 3 free throws there at the end of the second quarter. Could have gotten them up 35-31 at halftime, and they couldn't get any of the 3 in, and it just went downhill from there.
It was a big swing, and Armello Boone with no points actually in the first quarter and doing all of his damage from the second quarter on.
Yeah, he just like I say, there's so many people that were, with Douglas, they have so many weapons, but tonight Boone was the difference.
Coming up on Glycod, a busy set of games. We will be back here on Friday for girls action. Cooper versus Frederick Douglass, and then again 1 week from tomorrow on the boys' side, Ballard will take on the Broncos. Again, Tournament Central is the place to be for all the coverage for postseason basketball. We will have, in essence, of 40 broadcast of postseason games between district, regional, and state tournament games. For the more information, you can visit Tournament Central at glycod.com. That'll do it for us tonight. Rosie Gary on camera, Steve Bird, our executive producer. For Rick Reams, I'm Chris Labar. Good night from Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington. You've been watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball